Is there a distinction between a male and a man and a male, whichever you want to take it from? Is there a distinction? If that is something you're interested to know, if there is a distinction, then this is a space to be. Because what may appear on the outside may not be what is on the inside. And that is exactly what we're going to be dissecting. When we're going into relationships, we have to know the position from which we are moving. And as such, we want to get it right from the foundation. Is there a distinction between the male and the man? Greetings and welcome once again to another exciting episode on the Wife Only channel. Yes, this is yours truly, Kareen Ainsley, the wife lifestyle strategist. Without further hesitation or uh, time utilization, let us get into the meat of the matter of the meat that you came here to devour on your journey as you prepare to be the best wife that you can be. And for those males who are looking in on the work that we are doing with our females, then this is a space to enjoy the authenticity of what the elixir of the real wife has to offer. Let us get into the matter. So, from our last encounter, we spoke about the importance of submission. We understood that submission created a covering for the woman. And if a woman is desirous of having a relationship, then she must be willing to submit. Yes, submission is not a bad word. Submission is actually a blessing. Submission is actually protection. Submission is actually a covering. Submission is actually a safeguard to ensure that you receive the best possible outcome. But is submission only relinquished to women? Absolutely not. And this is where the question comes into play. Is there a distinction between a male and a man? And when we're talking about the male and the man, we're not talking about the male man, even though the male man can be a man and also can be a male. But that is not what we're talking about today. What we're talking about is that the man is a man when he would have matriculated from just the mere capacity of being a male born with the gifting that comes with such a territory. But the outside can be deceptive from that which is on the inside. And that is why we have to dissect to get to the meat of the matter. So we could just be a male, yes, or even both a male and a man, yes. And that is where we want to get into today. The mailman, when he has made the conversion from just being a male, can move into being a man. He would now have been a male, which is the gift which God has given to him to be given to the woman. And that woman is the woman that we consider his wife, the woman that is willing to submit to him and to his will. In summary, a male is a man. A male is a male, yes, but a man is a male, but a male is not necessarily a man. Did you get that? Of course you did. So a male is just based on natural biology design, but a man is something that you have to accept and embrace and walk into. So though you are a male, you may not move into the state of being a man. And though you may be looking at a male, the male that you're looking at may not be a man. And that is why the connection has to be there. And what the society has coined for us is a bridge between being a male and a man. And they call it the in between, they call it adolescence. Yes, adolescent, but some persons never leave the adolescent phase. Life is about movement, and if we remain stagnant in ignorance, it will be to our own demise. We will be consumed, and that is something that we don't want to be in the same category of those being consumed by ignorance and the darkness. For women, your roles are so important that you should not seek to take any chance in making the wrong selection. And that is why we have to distinguish the difference between the male and the man. This could damage and destroy your life and even take away your salvation. Yes, because remember, if you're going to submit it to someone, it means that you and them are on the same frequency, are moving on the same trajectory towards a predetermined destination. And if you are not yet ready and equipped, or if you had made the wrong selection or allowed yourself to be selected and you embrace the contract, not the covenant, then you're going to be in trouble. That there is something that you should be aware of. And sometimes it's good to be uncomfortable understanding these concepts. In being a man, the spirit of the man should be allowed to be connected to the spirit of God, which is critical because if we as males are not submitted to the Spirit of God, then it means that we cannot be operating in accordance to His will because He is the one who guides us into that which is right and righteous. Hence, females, women need to seek after men. And the only way to become a man is to be connected with your maker, to be connected with your king. So if you as a female or woman seek after a man, you have to find someone who is connected. You don't want someone who is disconnected because that person will short circuit your relationship. That person will cause you to lose a screw. That person will cause the breaker to trip, and we don't want that for you. This connection will allow for a direct communication and a transfer of information that is necessary for the operation in accordance with the outlines of the principle of God. You see, when we deviate from principle, when we deviate from the normative practices, that there is a recipe for disaster. That there is what causes us to fall into traps and devices that we had no business in being a part of. But you have to decide for yourself if you want to be a male or you want to be a man. If you are a male looking in, and as a woman who we are speaking to directly, you have to decide if you want to select for yourself a male or you want to select a man or even be selected by a man. But sometimes we don't want to submit to what we need. We just want to submit to what we want. But sometimes what you want is not equivocal to what you need. And that there is a conundrum that you have to decide. You have to decide if instant gratification is better than a consistency and longevity over time. Sometimes in our younger years, we desire the euphoria that comes with the exploratory terrain of relationships and its unquenched dynamics that are presented to us because we believe that we have the vim, vigor, and the vitality to overcome anything. So we elect to select something or allowed ourselves to be selected by someone that is not qualified to take us where we need to be, but is only qualified to give us a destructive taste of that which we had no place in embracing. But you have to decide for yourself, what is it that you desire? Do you want a male or do you want a man? Do you believe that a male is different from a man? It's not my opinion. It's not my concept. It is what the Word of God indicates to us. Being a man is not just a title. It is also a person. And this is important for us to understand. The title may be given to a male which is premature. However, the person should always be present before the title is indicated. But in this upside down world that we live in, we have seen where people are given titles prematurely, and that there creates a destruction that we see in our world, the destruction in society, the destruction in our household, the destruction in our family. And we wonder why. It is because prematurely things have been given which are not ready to be received. We see the title being given to a person who is not yet mature mentally, emotionally, physically, and even spiritually. When males are assumed to be men prematurely, that is why the relational troubles exist. That is where the trials start. So if you want to have a rough relationship, you can go ahead and choose a male. But if you want to do what is right and in your best interest, you can allow yourself to be chosen by a man. And that is where we're going to be pausing this segment of our conversation. But the conversation is not over. Whether a male is equivocal to a man and a man is equivocal to a male, or the male man can be a male and a man, that is something that we need to dissect a little further. It is important that you would have stayed with us to the end. If you were one such person who stayed with us from the start to the finish, I want you to do two things for us. I want you to indicate what your first thought was. Do you believe that a male and a man are equal or the same? And at the beginning of the video, and give us your thoughts. And then at the end, when you would have come to this junction, indicate to us if your thoughts previously are the same. And if they are the same, let us know. And if you have something that you have questions or concern about, please indicate it in the comments section below. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to reach out to those you know are in a relationship, who desires to have a good relationship, and who are just need a little encouragement so that they can be repositioned in a way that would lead them to that which is right and righteous. As we exit this section, we hope to see you in our next session. Signing out from the Wife Only channel is Kareem Ainsley, the wife lifestyle strategist. Until we meet again on the inside, be blessed.